Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For a radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also, tuning in through iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. We're glad you all could join us as well. This is part of our Music and News segment here today at WYAD, and today we're talking to business leaders and owners, especially when it comes to the transportation industry. We know this is a busy time of year. Of course, for a lot of people, we're still dealing with the increase in prices because of inflation. But with the holidays right around the corner, of course, it's also a peak season for businesses that rely on transportation of goods and services, not only, of course, to be able to make money, but also to ensure that we're able to get the things we need, like, of course, the groceries on the shelves, of course, make sure our homes are kept warm and the roads are safe. Or for those who are looking for ways to be more efficient, our next guest is going to definitely have some great tips for you. We're excited to welcome Hemant Banavar to our broadcast. He is the head of financial products at Motive. We're going to talk to him not only about some ways you can unlock efficiency gains, but also to increase your savings as well. Hemant, thank you again for the time. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Cyrus.
This is an important topic for businesses out there, Hemant, as I mentioned, that are helping us, of course, to get the things that we need. As the holidays are approaching, as I mentioned, what considerations do businesses, especially those dealing with transportation, need to make as far as making their plans for this time?
Yeah. And Cyrus, this is a really important topic, and I'm sure everybody in this industry today is thinking about how can they save more. And with the cost of fuel and everything rising in the last few years, this is probably something that everyone cares about and everyone's already doing something about. But what we wanted to kind of share today is one of the most important things that we recommend that companies in the transportation industry should be thinking about is actually bringing their spend management and fleet management together onto a single platform. Now, why is that important? It's important because that allows them to get that 360-degree view of all their data about how their spend is going and where it's going in their fleet operations. It gives them advanced controls so they can control where, when, and how anybody's spending. And it reduces a lot of the operational burden and just the manual effort that's spent in detecting inefficiencies in their spend, and it brings that to the front for them and makes it easy for them to know how to optimize it. So if you can do this well, what we are seeing from our customers is we are seeing something like an additional 10% in savings that they can unlock through productivity gains and these advanced controls through a centralized platform.
Well, I love that, and especially when you're talking about, Hemant, about productivity, because that is the big thing, of course, a lot of people are thinking about outside of course, ways that they can be able to save money as we're in this time of year, especially with, as you mentioned, the prices of things going up. So let's talk about that, things that can help with savings in, Hemant. What about discounts? How can businesses mitigate costs and save more during this time?
Absolutely. Discounts is another thing that is something that companies should be actively pursuing and finding places and platforms that enable them to just get a bigger rebate on their fuel spend, maintenance spend, and all their top spends, right? This is where a solution like Motive is really important because what we have done is we have gone out and negotiated discounts on behalf of people in this industry, and we today have about 12,000 plus locations across the country where we have fuel discounts. Our average discounts at our top-tier locations is about 20 cents a gallon. But discounts is not the only thing that companies should be thinking about. I do want to come back to a couple of things. One of the things they should be thinking actively is customized spend controls. This is where, beyond discounts, this will allow them to reduce a lot of out-of-policy spend and just enable them and their finance teams to easily say where, when, and how spend should be happening. And last but not the least, just the data and the data 360 view that they can get enables them to get insights into what's happening and save more. I would say all these three things together, discounts, productivity, and customized controls is what people should be looking for. Discounts is great, but the other two are equally important.
Such a great thing. Well, as we are trying to find ways to save, of course, one thing we definitely want to be able to do, Hemant, is to make sure that we're avoiding fraud. How big of a problem is fraud for the transportation business today, and how do you suggest tackling that?
Yeah, fraud is one of those important topics that doesn't get a lot of attention, Cyrus, and primarily because fraud is such an invisible thing, right? And this is where most companies struggle. We recently did a survey where we found out that companies believe that they're losing up to 5% of their fuel spend on fraud. But they also told us that they really don't think they have the right tools, and they want to do more, but they don't know how. This is where companies are stuck with a lot of archaic technology, which doesn't give them the insight that they need to detect and prevent fraud. We believe this is where having AI and automation is the way to help unlock savings from fraud. And Motive does this really well today. We offer a platform where we, through AI, are able to detect fraud and in many cases prevent fraud before it even happens. What we would say, if you can do this well, companies who have done this well through the Motive platform, we are seeing them actually realize these savings and save almost an additional 5% through fraud savings. So that's something that I would highly encourage companies to invest in and look at fraud solutions like Motive.
That's why we're glad to have you here, Hemant, to be able to share this information. Again, everyone, Hemant Banavar has been our guest. He is leading the financial products division at Motive, giving you guys some great tips for those business owners out there, especially in the transportation industry, on ways you can be able to be more efficient, but also how Motive can help with that. Hemant, how can our audience find out more information about Motive and the services?
Absolutely, Cyrus. Your viewers, your audience can go to gomotive.com/motive-card or reach out to our team to learn more.
All right. Hemant, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate you stopping by and looking forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you so much, Cyrus.
You're more than welcome. Thank you. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live, again, part of our News You Can Use segment here at WYAD. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.